Well, hello there. Welcome to Right Hook Politics. Thanks for checking in. I've been teasing this for a while on Facebook, so we wanted to finally get it officially launched. Maybe not the greatest studio in the world. It is actually all just I do have a nice microphone, though. We're going to get all that improved. I'm very interested in politics, and for those of you who have followed me on Facebook, you know that already, which is to say that I'm concerned about politics, the direction our country is going, the direction the policies are going, not just for the last 8 years with Obama, but for over the course of the last couple of decades. And here on Right Hook Politics, what we hope to do is dive into, digest, and discuss some of the local issues on the national political scene. We'll also be hosting some interviews with some people you no doubt have seen, be it on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, or any of the alphabet channels, or people that you've read in social media blogs. Or newspapers and what have you. I've got a pretty big Rolodex, and we're going to be bringing a lot of these folks to you, and you can hear from their own words. We'll have a back and forth. And get this, we might even include some liberals every now and again. Now, the site is officially now open for business, and we welcome you to it. Got to tell you, though, this is just kind of a shakeout flight. We're going to be tweaking the site and obviously some of the camera work and the studio and all that. We'll be tweaking that and adding some updates and improvements as we go along. Let me tell you a little about me. For most of you who know me on Facebook, you also probably know me from WRAT 95.9 The Rat. Most of my life, I have worked in radio. I would say most of my adult life, but as I don't quite feel like an adult just yet at 52 years old, if it's all the same to you, I'm going to continue to embrace my youthful rock and roll rebellious spirit and wave the freak flag high, as it were. Okay. So I appreciate you bearing with me while I don't go and get my hair cut. Now, most of my rock and roll radio career has been just that, a rock and roll radio career. But I've been in radio for a long, long time. Now, there came a point in my career when I decided I wanted to take a stab at political talk radio. And now, while both professions rather are in the same exact business, there are many, many differences in doing rock and roll radio and doing political talk radio. It'd be like working in a restaurant as a maitre d' and then just showing up and saying, okay, today I want to be the chef. It's both the same business, the jobs, however, completely different in many, many ways. So I started working originally in political talk on a little rinky dink internet show, but with a giant legend, Bob Grant. The show was called Straight Ahead with Bob Grant. And while it was rather small time, it was an interview. Like I said, it was an internet show and it was kind of small time. It had a huge influence on me. Bob Grant, of course, was a legend in the political talk radio world. He basically invented the format. He also encouraged me to continue and pursue my political talk radio dream. He said, Steve, never lose sight of it and keep going with it. And he also gave me a warning. He said, there are going to be people that you meet during the course of your political career that will try and tear you down professionally and personally. Well, I'm happy to say I haven't really met any of those people yet. Yeah, I'll get into the occasional argument with the progressive, the social justice warrior, the liberal, what have you. But those are just like back and forths on Facebook, nothing seriously. So I haven't really run into that yet. Now, that could happen with the launch of this. I hope not, because what I'd like to do here is build a community, not just of conservatives like myself, but of everybody. And we can talk and we can hash it out back and forth. My work with Bob Grant led me to pursue this dream. So, roughly about 5 years ago, I started a show of my own, a political talk show on WCTC, 1450 WCTC in New Brunswick, New Jersey. The show is called, what else? Right Hook Radio. It airs every Saturday, 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WCTC. Now, there's a real inherent problem with doing a political talk show or any show in the middle of an afternoon on Saturday. Most people aren't gathered around their radio at that hour. So it's been tough going, but the show has been doing great. We're getting decent ratings and we're getting great guests, and I've made a lot of friends. I've really increased the size of my Rolodex. But the other problem with doing the show on Saturdays at CTC is the fact that WCTC just so happens to be the flagship of the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers University. So my show is preempted and preempted fairly often, especially during football season, which of course also happens to coincide with political season, November being one of those prime months for the movers and shakers in the world of politics. So I've been toying around with the idea of launching a website that I can include video, audio, and yes, even written blog pieces. And we'll have the blog tab on the homepage here, and you can check some of that stuff out. Now, it's my hope that we can build a community here at Right Hook Politics. We can have a back and forth about what's going on. I want to get one thing clear right out of the gate, though. I'm not a Republican. I'm always accused of this as if it were a bad thing. Well, lately the Republican Party has let me down and let a lot of Americans down, hence the rise of Donald Trump. But I'm not a Republican per se. I am a constitutional conservative. That is to say, I believe in the Constitution as it was written, a political structure of the people, by the people, for the people. And by the people, I don't mean the community, the commune. I mean the individual people, you and me. That's what I'm all about. That's what I've always believed. I want the government kind of off my back. We'll get into all of this at a later time because this is basically just the big hello, welcome to the site. Now, I hope as time goes on that you'll be comfortable with liking, giving the thumbs up, linking, and sharing some of the stories, the interviews, and the blog pieces that you find here on Right Hook Politics. I hope that at some point in the future, you can contribute to the site and help me make it better. I hope that as we get rolling, we all get comfortable with each other, and we grow the site. I think it can happen. You know, I know it sounds like heady stuff. I know it sounds kind of undoable, but I'm a Reagan optimist, and I genuinely believe that we can make this country better. And it may not be right hook politics that does it, but every little bit helps. The fight goes on, as Reagan used to say. And I'm really concerned about the state of our country and the country that my kids and your kids are going to inherit when it's all said and done. So everything I can do to help kind of shape it in a way that I think is better for everybody individually, I'm going to do. I've had complete faith in the American people, much like Ronald Reagan did. And therefore, I think we're going to be in pretty good hands here. At least I hope so. I don't have any faith in the federal government. I think they do some things great. I think we have an incredible military, although it's been badly decimated lately. But I do believe that the American country, the American constitutional republic that we've had for so long should be preserved. And I don't believe in the iron fisted, top down, big centralized government way of doing business as usual. We're seeing what's happening with our healthcare system. It's being destroyed in less than 2 years since Obamacare has kicked in. These are the kinds of topics I want to get involved with on a regular basis, right here on Right Hook Politics. You know, Churchill once said, Americans will always do the right thing after they've tried everything else. Well, I want to do the right thing and I want to start doing it right here at Right Hook Politics. And I certainly hope you can join me. Yes, going forward, we will have links to the show live. You can call in and be on the air with me. This obviously is just a little rinky dink podcast. We'll be upgrading the podcast and we'll also be providing you links to listen to the show live. Uh, and get involved. We'll also probably put a message board on this site so we can all communicate back and forth. But we're going to have a lot of great times here and we're going to move the country together. Hey, make America right again, right? Right Hook Radio. We're going to move the country forward and have a lot of fun with this website. So I certainly hope that you come back and you like us and you put us in your bookmarks and you check in regularly and you share the pieces with everybody that you know. Okay. And trust me, next time around, maybe I'll do something different with my hair. Maybe I'll have a better background here without all this sunlight blocking me out or fading me out. But I do want to show you my shirt. Can you see that? There you go. That's the man. Viva la Rega, Viva la Reagan Revolution. That's what it says. Anyway, that's what I'm all about. Welcome to Right Hook Politics, everybody. Thanks for being a part of it. And if you listen to me on the Rat, good. Start watching me on righthookpolitics.com. See ya. Press the button, Steve.